if you're with a trans, you're not straight, that's okay. No, if you're a man and you're attracted to women, like you're straight. What are you talking about? That's like saying if you're a man but you're attracted to like black women, you're gay. Like what? That doesn't make sense. My opinion, trans is not a real woman. Well, what is a woman? In your opinion, what is a woman? Biologically speaking? Yeah, biologically speaking, what is a woman? So now I'm an idiot because my English is bad. XX and XY, you know? So, Gal, when you're walking down the street and you see a woman, or sorry, you see a person, do you refrain from thinking of them as a man or a woman until you test their DNA? Like, do you just DNA test someone before you, like, think of them as a man or a woman? I can't know if that's a man or a woman, I assume. Well, and so when you're talking about that assumption, that is an assumption about their gender. Like, you're not assuming their XX or XY chromosomes. You're assuming whether or not they're a man or a woman. Don't hate on me because I have a different. I'm just asking you questions, bud. I think I was pretty clear. Not here to hate. Well, you weren't pretty clear, right? So, like, when you see someone and you make an assumption, right? What is that assumption based on? Not here to hate either. My experience with what women and men usually look like in our culture. Oh, okay. Yeah. So what you're describing there is a social construct, which I think we can both agree is different from the actual biology, right? Like when you're talking about XX, XY, that's a biological component of sex, as opposed to what you're talking about, the cultural, socially constructed idea of what a man and a woman is. That's gender. Can we agree on that distinction? Yeah, there are associations, of course, but like they're two distinct different things, right? If you're going through life and you're predominantly using this social construct as opposed to the XXXY, like, do you even know your own chromosomes? Or is that also an assumption? Because some men are girly, but that's just a behavior, not what men and women are. Yeah, but also you are still recognizing them as men, but girly, right? There are feminine men and there are masculine women, right? But they're still men and they're still women, right? Like, I'm sure you're on the internet. You're familiar with femboys. Like, they're still men. Like, at the end of the day, they identify it's a certain behavior, right? But that behavior is socially constructed, right? Like how someone behaves and how that behavior is read. That's part of the social construction of gender. So, like, when you see like a man behaving girly, you're like, ah, yes, that is a femme boy. That is a feminine man, you know? But you aren't like, that's a girl, because there are distinct categories in this social construction of gender, right? And then in the meantime, you have this other aspect of like existence, which is the actual biology. But my argument is that what we often are talking about when we're talking about the subject is not the biology, because the vast majority of people who talk about like, oh, well, your DNA, you know, your sex is your DNA or your gender is your DNA, they've never tested their DNA. I don't see any trans as a real woman. Well, some trans people are real men or real non-binary folks. So like, I guess why? If you can acknowledge that, you know, you got this social construct, you've got like this biological aspect, what is the difficulty for you there? You are what you're born with. Why trying to change? I mean, why not just be a girly man? You know, that logic is bizarre to me. Like, I presume you're old enough to use the internet, right? So, like, are you a baby? Like, you were born small with, like, a soft head and, like, you know, a lack of coordination, right? You change as you grow older, right? Sexually. sexually people change as they grow older, right? Like a baby, like a prepubescent child is not the same as like someone who has gone through puberty, right? That pubertal change is biological, right? No, puberty isn't biological? I have to be honest, I've never encountered that argument before. I need to head to sleep, but I respect you. Have a great day, everyone. Get good sleep. I just, I'm just kind of like, if puberty is not biological, then I don't understand. I don't understand the understanding that undergirds that type of comment, They bounced. You'll never learn his secrets now. Indeed. We could have come to a greater understanding. He could have fixed my understanding of transness. I could have been the next great detransitioner grifter. Oh, what could have been. Sorry, bro, but you can't just say you don't believe people are women and at the same time say you respect them. Yeah, I agree. Trans for president 2028. Inshallah. Inshallah, Rainhammer. Inshallah. No, if someone like that wants to come back and continue that discussion at their leisure, I'm okay with that. I am fine with having detours to talk with folks who are not like frothing at the mouth, incapable of like controlling themselves. There is more. Well, yes, that is why I was joking about that, Kitsune Cavalier. I could make 6 figures by detransing. I still can't believe that man argued that, like, puberty isn't biological. God damn. Very magnanimous of you. I mean, like, I hold out hope that people can change, Jackie also said he was sexually 37. What does that mean? Wait, I missed that one. What does that mean? Do we really want that person back? I mean, I would like to build a space where people can, like, come in, disagree, and have their minds changed for the better. I would like that, ideally.
Riverboat Jack is coming to town. All the viewers gather around. Twitch and YouTube and switchy streams. All that content is bursting the scenes. Politics, dating, plenty more. Your sense of fashion, you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard. We're going straight to Jack's Discord.